I woke up to it snowing. It was snowing today. I'm like, I was like shocked. Yeah, I was shocked. It was snowing today. And then it started to rain and then it started to snow again. It's kind of like, old man winter's just not ready to call it a day. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to make some chili. I'm going to make some chili and I'm still dealing with those lesions. They're drying up and they're crusty, so they're going away. It takes a while, but I don't look the prettiest when it's going on. But that's part of being that's part of having skin cancer, right? I mean, oh, somebody wants attention. Somebody wants attention. Anyway, so I was talking about the stories from my childhood, and there's a few things that I remember. Um, Good memories, good memories. So I remember we lived across from an arena when I was a little girl growing up. And yeah, so we lived across from this arena and there was a concert that was taking place. And we lived in a small little town. And so there was a big star that was coming to sing in our little town. And at that time, this star was on, she had been on the Tommy Hunter show. She had been on like all those type of shows, right? And so she's a pretty big deal. And I remember listening to her music and stuff when I was a kid. Anyway, um, so the concert was going on. We could hear it. I didn't go to the concert. I wasn't able to afford to go to the concert, but we did sneak in. And I remember exactly what I was wearing. I was with my little cousin, and we got in for somehow. I don't know how we did it, but we didn't have a ticket. I think it was toward the end of the concert, and we snuck in. And this individual was walking, I think, back to her dressing room. And I was like enamored. I was just like, I was in awe, right? I was in awe. I was a little kid. I was like, geez, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, maybe 12, maybe 11, 12, something like that. I'm not really sure, but I was young. I have a picture of it. I'll post the picture if I can, but I might not be able to because of the fact that my cousin was in the picture and I don't have her permission to use her photo. But um, anyhow, so we snuck into this venue and I was in, like I said, in awe of this lady, and she was walking to her dressing room and she stopped to talk to me. Yeah, I was like, oh my God, I couldn't believe this. I couldn't believe it. And so the lady's name was Myrna Laurie. Now, I don't know if any of you out there know Myrna Laurie, but she was a bigwig. She was a country singer, or I think it was country music. But I used to love this lady, and I remember she was wearing a purple outfit, and she looked like a queen. She just looked like royalty to me, right? So I kind of said to her, because my brother, my teenage brother, he was a bit of a rebel. He was my second oldest brother, and he was a bit of a rebel. And he dressed the part, he acted the part. He was like always in shit. You know what I mean? The girls loved him. I don't know why, but they did. They loved him. And yeah, he was a bit of a wild child. Anyway, he was at home, and my younger brother was at home, who also was, I mean, my brothers were attractive. They were attractive, and the girls just ate them right up, right? And they were in that hippie era. Anyway, so Myrna Laurie was playing, and when she stopped to say hi to me, I begged her. I was like, oh, my mom would just absolutely love to meet you, and my brothers, they have such a crush on you. Anyway, she agreed. And we lived across from the arena. And so she walked across in small town Canada. Yeah. She walked across from the arena to our house, which was right across the road, and shocked the shit out of my mother. Like, she was just like, my mother was enamored too. And my brothers were like drooling. You know what I'm saying? They're absolutely drooling. So I don't even remember what the conversations were, but I do know that my mother had a conversation with her. They had quite a long conversation, and we got our picture taken with her, and that picture has been my pride and joy for many, many years now. I'm 65 now, so I don't know how old Myrna Laurie is. I don't even know if she's still alive, to be honest with you. But that was one of the stories from my youth that I just had to tell. I had to tell. And I'm telling you, my brothers, their tongues were hanging down to their knees. They were just, Well, I shouldn't say it that way. So my brothers were very starstruck over this lady, and her music continued to play in our house for many, many eons after that. But I just wanted to kind of say that. And if Myrna Laurie's still out there, well, how you doing, girl? Like, I don't know if you remember me, but I was a slight girl. I had long hair, long curly hair, and my cousin was visiting, and so there was a picture of us taking. I'm not sure if my sister was with us, but I know my cousin and myself, Myrna Laurie, were seated on this couch in my mother's living room, and someone snapped a picture. So that's one of my memories from the past, and it still excites me to this day. I still get this kind of like butterflies in my stomach where there was someone who was important in this world, someone who had made their mark on this world, was actually interested enough to stop and say hi to a little girl. Yeah. So that's one of the stories that I have, but there's many more to come. I have a lot of positive memories from my past, my childhood. There's some pretty hairy memories, but there is indeed a lot of pleasant memories and happy moments and things that I got to experience in my life as a child. So I had to bring this story out and publish it because it still hits home when I think about it. I still think this was a wonderful woman. And you know, she took the time to speak to a child that couldn't even afford the ticket to get in to see her music. So I just thought it was amazing, and she has a very big spot in my heart for you know, encouraging a young child such as myself at that time. So I shall see you on the next video. The good Lord be willing. Namaste.